Well, hello and welcome, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to this presentation. My name is Claudia Eifert, and I see even though we have holiday in different parts of the world, we have a lot of people logging on this Tuesday night here in Germany. We have people from all over Europe. Hello and welcome to you to this beautiful islands in Greece. Hi, Nikos, and your team. Hello to the UK. I believe we have a bank holiday over there. People from the US logging on in, and people from down under. So welcome to all of you. And we have some people from, where is it? Looks like Nigeria coming on board here. So welcome to all of you guys here. Hello, Sean, as well to you and your team, all the people from Facebook and YouTube. I know you guys are streaming. Welcome to you as well to this presentation. So let me just sound check here before I get the presentation ready. Let me just see if those slides are moving. Yes, they are moving. So well, again, welcome to this presentation tonight. Again, my name is Claudia Eifert. I am with Swiss Gold Global since good over 10 years now. And yeah, so welcome to this presentation tonight. We're gonna, in the first 30 minutes, roughly, a little bit more maybe, we're gonna talk about Swiss Gold Global, what Swiss Gold Global is, and how you can benefit from. And in the second part of that presentation, as usually, we will have our founder and CEO coming on board. So he will answer you questions you may have. You can already put them into your channel on the in that little channel chat box, basically, which you have there. So you can do so and have them later on answered if, of course, we can answer these questions. But let's get started here and now. So as you see, a beautiful image. It certainly is, I believe. Most people would love to be on such a beautiful island and maybe coming with their private helicopter there. But hey, let's face it, have you ever thought about what it would mean to own your life? That is a question I was asked quite some years ago by one of my mentors, Don and Nancy Feiler, and I first didn't really understood what it means or what it meant, and they explained me, well, what it really means is when you take off all the time you spend going to work, having to commute to work, travel to work, all your duties you have to do on a daily basis, how much time do you actually have left? And then the time that you have left, and you would like to do the things you wish to do you actually have the money for doing these things you wish to do? And that was a quite interesting perspective, because this is really what it means to own your life, because the most precious thing, of course, is our time we do have, and we only have a certain amount of time, but yet do we then have the money to do with that, of course, what we actually wish to do? Most people would answer that question, which, well, they don't, because they're either stuck in their job, they're either stuck in traffic, in financial problems and whatnot, and they certainly have not a lot of time. They're always busy. And so people nowadays always wonder, I'm posting those videos, I'm on my bike ride, I'm there, I'm traveling, I'm just really enjoying life. But because I have created a lifestyle, as my mentor Bob Proctor told me, Claudia, you have to make more money while you sleep that you can actually spend when you are awake, and more money that you can spend when you're awake. And that's also what, of course, Warren Buffett says. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you actually will work until you die. So ask yourself the questions: would you like to have a life like that? Or if not, would you like to be open to look into something which can change your life? And so this is the challenge for tonight for you, and I hope you will enjoy this presentation, because we're going to show you how to get paid daily from mining cryptocurrency, how to get paid passively daily, weekly and monthly, and how to inflation-proof your money with gold and silver. Now, I guess we all understand we are living in a very fast and changing world. In fact, The world is changing so fast. I mean, we can travel from one place to the other. You can basically stay connected through Skype and through all the other mediums with the world. So the world is actually really getting smaller, or getting smaller to you. And digital technologies do change the way how we do live. I mean, certainly, I remember quite a few years back when I had my first cell phone. That was this big Motorola cell phone. I mean, you know, everybody around me was like looking at like an alien. Like, why do you have that? What do you need that for? And so they were all like looking like, I mean, why would you buy? Like, I think it did cost back like something like 3,000 or 4,000 marks, something around that. And I felt like I'm crazy. And yet now nobody can live with their cell phone anymore. So that's certainly changing the way we live. But also when we look at our monetary system, we had quite an evolution there. I mean, we have gone from barter, from shells, to, of course, other mediums, to gold, and finally, of course, to mobile phones. So nowadays, of course, with applications there are, with, of course, cryptocurrencies, you can do your payments through your mobile phone. That is quite an advancement. But of course, there's a huge and a very, very big problem, an underlying problem so many people do really not understand. And that is, of course, our world in such isn't bankrupt. I mean, we have, of course, the United States government, and we have people from the United States here. When you go to the debt clock, there is a web page. It's called a debt clock, the US debt clock. You know, they're not able to ever pay back, not even their interest on the debt they are creating. And so we see countries, of course, Venezuela, Zimbabwe, Greece, we have Puerto Rico over there on the other side, which basically are bankrupt. We see tough realities, and that is shop shortages, stagnant wages. We see, on the other hand side, rising prices. So we have a generation, they call it the ninja generation, no income, no jobs, and no assets. People are qualified, they're overstudied in many cases, so they have a good education, yet they cannot find a job which pays them well. So they have to go and do things like Starbucks and McDonald's or all those franchises in order just to get a few bucks here and there. Then we have the other phenomenon, and that is, of course, you have more and more older people, you know, they're having to look for side jobs. Why? Because their pension is not enough anymore. I see it basically on a daily basis here in Germany. You have older, elderly people, they're putting out newspapers on the doors and, you know, carrying those heavy newspapers around and things like that. And where you think, I mean, boy, are you not supposed to live your golden life differently? But then, of course, they have to do these things because they want to have some extra dollars, so they maybe can have that little bit of an extra luxury. And that's pretty sad. So we also see, of course, a modern slavery. I mean, if you know slavery, of course, back then in the days, they were on the real chains. Well, the real chains now, they are not like this anymore, but they are certainly in Master, Visa, and American Express. So you have more and more people totally in debt. Why? Because they thought they could get a lot of free money by borrowing. So we see trade wars, we see currency wars, we see a global crisis. We see countries who do not want to accept anymore the US dollar. Why? Well, because they believe it's worthless, and it is. In fact, the US dollar in the 100 years run, so in 100 years, the US dollar has gone now under 5 cents worth of value what it bought them 100 years ago, below 5 cents. That's just this year now, which is pretty crazy. So you see the Chinese, they don't want to buy their petroleum anymore and pay in US dollars. They want to use their yuan. We see so many changes. We had, of course, the QE1, the QE2, which you see here, which is the quantitative easing. So the printing of more and more money to stimulate the economy, which, of course, is a big cause of that problem, that disaster we are basically in. So fiat currency, that paper money, is really the cause for our economic miseries. And the globalists, they certainly have enslaved us, and only gold, silver, and Bitcoin, that's what we believe, will and can free us. And that's why I'm so excited with Swissquote Global, because when we just look at every fiat currency, that is every fiat currency, since the Romans first began to practice in the 1st century, has ended in devaluation and eventual collapse of not only the currency, but of the economy that housed that fiat currency as well. And we look at this stat here, and people sometimes look at stats, but they don't really look at it. I really want you to look at this stat. We look at 23%, and this is the green bar here, currently in circulation. Of 775 currency in study since 1935, 23 are currently in circulation. In the blue you see here, 24% ended through monetary reforms. Then we see 12% ended through acts of independence. We saw 21 destroyed by acts of war, and we see 4 destroyed. We see here the black, 20% destroyed by hyperinflation. Which country you can name now which is in total hyperinflation? Well, of course, we have Venezuela, right? And we have, of course, other countries as well. I mean, look at Argentina, absolutely mind-blowing. And so this above chart, which you will see, excludes many of the currency of medieval Asia, as well as Chinese banknotes prior to 1935. So what does it mean for you? Well, it means for you, in other words, your money, if you're earning money, fiat currency, if you're going to trade your time for money, well, it's buying constantly less. So you got to every time make more of that paper currency just to get by, just that it buys you the same goods and services that it used you to buy. And this is where we see the purchasing power of the US dollar. And I haven't got the latest chart. That is only the one till 2013. And now it's below actually 5 cents, the purchasing power of the US dollar. Yet, of course, gold has held its value for thousands of years, and what matters is actually not the price, but its purchasing, its buying power. So in Roman times, you could dress yourself beautifully with if you had 1 ounce of gold, you could buy a good toga and a pair of leather sandals. 100 years ago, that is, of course, with 1 ounce of gold, you could buy a fine suit and a pair of leather shoes and a nice hat. Yet also, 100 years ago, the dollar was, or the gold was priced at $20 1 ounce. $20 you could buy 1 ounce of gold. So today, present time, with 1 ounce of gold, you could certainly dress yourself in a beautiful Armani suit, certainly, and a nice pair of leather shoes. Yet with $20, think about it, what could you buy? Certainly not an Armani suit, nor a nice pair of shoes. So did you know that in 1971, the $100 bill, of course, that's the $100 bill here, above would have bought you the 100 gram, this is 100 gram, and you know, we have the gold from Argo Horias, so that 100 gram bar, 100 years ago, you could, sorry, not 100 years ago, in 1971, actually 47 years ago, with a $100 note, you could buy that 100 gram of gold. Well, today, that $100 note buys you a little quarter, 3% of that. 3%, that's it. And of course, we know the Zimbabwe banknote is already worthless. In fact, I believe they used it like in the German Reichsmark back then, in the Weimar Republic. They used it as well as toilet paper. I hear they do the same in Venezuela. But at the same time, did you know that 8 years ago, a guy named Laszlo Hanyes was hungry. He wanted to have 2 pizzas, and he was asking to pay these pizzas with Bitcoin, because he had Bitcoin. He had one of the first Bitcoins. So he was willing to pay 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. And of course, 8 years further on, 8 years later, well, that is an increase which is absolutely mind-blowing here. So imagine how your life would have changed if you had had this knowledge. Imagine how that would be, how your life would be now. Well, they say the best time to invest in Bitcoin, or to have invested in Bitcoin, was 8-9 years ago. The second best time is actually now. So with that, of course, I want to introduce you to Swiss Gold Global, to Bill Rowell, because Swiss Gold Global is more than an opportunity. It's actually a system for building your own real wealth. And Bill Rowell, he had this vision to put a company together that can provide you with gold, silver, and as well, of course, now with Bitcoin, through Bitcoin mining. He created this opportunity for you that you could purchase gold and silver for as little as 2.97% above market spot price, the best refined gold and silver in the world. There is no better company than Arca-Horias. That's one of the largest companies, refining companies. It's the LBMA referee refinery. They do the gold for the Rolex watches, for the Philippe Patek watches. So they are the most prestigious refinery in the world. If you want to get the best, well, this is the best. And at the best price possible to purchase gold in grams, in physical grams, and if you wish to convert it into a nice bar, which you just saw before, a nice bullion bar, you can do so if you have enough grams, of course, and you can even have it shipped to you if, of course, Swiss Gold Global ships to your country, so if it's secure to ship. We do have the Bitcoin and altcoin mining that is provided through a company called Genesis Mining, which is the largest cloud mining company, where of course you can accumulate Bitcoin on a daily basis. And we do have a marketing program, an affiliate revenue program for you, so you can actually market the product and services and get paid 9 different ways. And we have a Swiss Gold Global Academy, where your life certainly can be transformed through the renewing of your mind, through those really great coaches we do have. So a little bit on the background on Swiss Gold Global, of course. So the company is 10 years old. Bill is a licensed precious metals dealer at the DMCC in Dubai. And since 2016, we added the mining of cryptocurrency with Genesis Mining. Genesis Mining, you see myself and Bill Rowell there with the founders. There's only one missing of Genesis Mining. And you see Bill there in that other picture in one of the mining facilities, the mining farms, as they call it, in Iceland, and they are situated all over the world. So you actually can buy Bitcoin from an exchange, or you can mine Bitcoin with us. So why should you mine, of course, Bitcoin with Swiss Gold Global? Well, we are exclusive partners. The mining farms of Genesis, they are all over the world situated. They have large amounts of orders, therefore they can provide lower prices, and they have a huge technical teams which with many, many years of experience. So what are the benefits mining with us? Well, of course, all what you do is you purchase a contract, and that's all you need. That's it. You don't have no shipping fees for the equipment. You have no custom fees to import those equipments. You have always optimum electricity rates, 100% green energy. The mining actually starts immediately. Once you purchase a contract, your mining actually starts. And you have 100% guarantee of uptime and cover system downtimes. There's no additional equipment needed, expenses for it, electricity fees, cooling fees. And the mining farms are secure and remotely located and supervised by absolutely high-end hardware. And of course, you have all the disadvantages of mining, which of course are very, very crazy, because we have gotten to a stage now that mining is really for Bitcoin only profitable if you are a large scalable company. So the Bitcoin contracts we do have, we call them open-ended contracts. That means the specific duration of an open-ended contract is variable and determined by 3 factors. That's the mining difficulty, the Bitcoin versus the US dollar exchange rate, and the maintenance fee. And I explain you that in very simple words. You all know what a gold mine is. You all, I guess, have seen movies about the gold rush, when those people went and they were digging for gold. Well, in a gold mine, of course, you need to first of all find the gold, then you need to dig for the gold, so you need to have equipment in order to dig the gold out, and then you need to refine the gold, and then of course that's a very difficult chemical process. Specialists do that, and then you of course have the refined gold eventually. So what happens is, as more and more people, once you find that gold mine, learn about that you found that gold mine, well, they want to dig as well. And so there are more and more people digging, means you're going to have to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. It means more people taking out more gold out of the crust of the earth. So eventually you will come to a point that with your shovel, it doesn't actually work anymore. So you will have to have heavy equipment in order to even of course dig deeper. And that is the same sort of with cryptocurrency mining. So it is very competitive, and as more people come on board and mining for it, as more harder and more difficult it gets. And in Bitcoin, of course, we all know Bitcoin has 21 million Bitcoins. That's all that can be mined. When this, of course, 21 million Bitcoins are mined, that's basically it. So everybody who now gets a piece of that pie can be lucky a little bit later. So, of course, therefore, the competition is really, really big. And we, of course, that's why we work with, or we decided, of course, Swissquote Global to work with the largest mining facility in the world. So in that, we have the maintenance fee. So once you purchase your contract, your hash power, your speed to what the mining is done, there is a maintenance fee applied, and that maintenance fee is 28 cents per terahash, or 0.00028 per gigahash. That maintenance fee is already taken off when it arrives at your Bitcoin wallet, so it goes automatically, is paid into your own Bitcoin wallet. And the contracts to get started with as a customer, let's say, is $35.80. For $35.80, you can get 0.2 terahash or 200 gigahash. As a customer, you can purchase up to 5 terahash. You can, in one contract, you can purchase various contracts, obviously, for that. As an affiliate, you can purchase up to 15 terahash. As an affiliate, you must be an affiliate in order, if you want to buy 15 terahash in one go. You can purchase as many times as you wish 15 terahash. 15 terahash costs $2,385. Or you just simply select a custom plan. So how does it work? Well, it's pretty easy. It just takes like around 10 minutes maybe to set it up. You open a free account, and then you get KYC compliant, that is know your customer, and you have to be compliant with that, meaning you upload your passport and you get via email sent a document to you, which you have to print out and sign and then upload, and then in 24 hours, actually Swissquote Global will, if it is corrected, if it's signed correct, if everything is actually readable, they will then, of course, activate your account so that you then can choose your contract, you can get your hash power activated, and you can start mining. So it's a pretty simple system. You join, you choose your plan, and you get started. It's very easy to share, and it's also easy to calculate your actual mining rewards. So let's say you purchase a 5 terahash contract, that is costing you $845. And let's say the price of Bitcoin is around 7,541. It's roughly around that right now. At that price, of course, calculating the 28 cents, which we need to take off, we have, of course, the $202.20 here in this crypto compare calculator. That's an independent calculator which we use. We have to type in the 5 terahash, we put in the power of consumption 0, cost per kilowatt 0, pool fee 0, and we have $2.20, which we would make on a daily basis. Remember, that is an open-ended contract that runs as long as mining is profitable. Mining for Bitcoin will be done by 2140. We are now in 2018. In 2140, all Bitcoins will be mined. So that is over 100 years from now. That means Bitcoin contracts, which are open-ended, are mining for you till it's not profitable to mine. So this is pretty amazing. So as you see, we calculated then that way because this is an independent calculator which doesn't have included the maintenance fee of Genesis Mining. So Genesis Mining charges you 28 cents per terahash. We have here 5 terahash. So 5 terahash, we need to multiply that by 0.28 cents, which is $1.40. We take this off, of course, is $1.40 from the $2.20, and we see we have 0.80 cents, which we do make per day, or 0.00011. I have another example with 15 terahash. So 15 terahash, same deal. Let's say at a Bitcoin price of 7,541, you see you make a profit per day of $6.60. But of course, we have to take off the maintenance fee, which is then 15 times 28 cents, which is $4.20. So your net profit, which you get referred, or which you get sent, better to say, to your wallet is $2.40. But let's go to another calculator, which I like to use very much as well. That is also an independent calculator. It's called Altcoins. So if you go to this calculator Altcoins, let's say we put in 15 terahash, we change here to terahash, and here you see the Bitcoin price is 7,400. Let's say we say, okay, I saw this example. Well, that's great. I make what I just said here. How much was it? I make $2.40 a day, roughly, already taking off the maintenance fee. But let's say Bitcoin is going to go up again, because we all, of course, believe eventually Bitcoin will go up. Let's say Bitcoin goes to, again, 10,000. So let's say Bitcoin is again at 10,000 here. So we have to change that price, and you can only do that with this calculator. That's why I like to use that calculator. So let's say Bitcoin goes to $10,000. Well, all of a sudden, of course, my payout looks different. Of course, remember, also in this calculator, we have to take off the maintenance fee. So we would have, with a $10,000 Bitcoin, $8.76 roughly, while we had, of course, here $6.60. Now let's go back to that. Let's say we go back to 20,000 where we have been. That's just going back. Remember, Bitcoin goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, but eventually it always goes up. In the of course, last 9 years, it always has eventually gone up. So let's put it back to $20,000. Well, wow, now your net return is in dollars, of course, in US dollars, way, way higher. But let's be absolute crazy, like, of course, some of the experts say. Let's say Bitcoin goes up to $50,000. Well, you see, all your payouts you would have received, if you still have them, if you haven't sold your Bitcoin, all your payouts all of a sudden are bigger. That means the amount of Bitcoin you have collected is worth more money now. So that is really what we want you to think of, not how much you make now today, but how much Bitcoin are you going to make? Because we believe that Bitcoin, certainly with things how they are going, and you saw the gold calculation before, gold versus the US dollar, well, we believe Bitcoin will be, of course, similar. So let's look at the income opportunities with Swissquote Global. So what makes us actually different? Well, we look at the traditional marketing, of course, where when you market the products and services, if you want to make money, not just from the mining, but if you also want to make money in dollar terms now, so that you can pay off your bills, you can pay off your debt, you can create a better lifestyle for you, well, and you start with us as an affiliate, we use social networking or social marketing. And this is where millions are paid each week to regular people. Why? Of course, the traditional way of marketing was millions are spent each week on advertisement. And Swissquote Global decided to go the other way, the social marketing. That's the most trusted form of marketing because it's word of mouth. When we see we have some results, when we love something, well, we're going to share it, don't we? So we have a global business which you can be running, or which can be run from all over the world. In fact, I run it from all over the world. I'm constantly traveling, looking very much forward for my next big travel, which is going to be to Dubai and to of course, Australasia. So which is really, really exciting. There are two ways to join. One is the customer, as I showed you before, and one is the affiliate. So the customer simply opens a free account, gets started, gets the KYC done, purchases a contract, and gets paid on that hash power which he bought. As if he bought a lot of hash power, the customer, well, of course, he's going to gain more Bitcoin. It's clear. But a customer can also recommend to other customers. He cannot build a network, but he can refer to other customers, and from each personal customer he introduces, he can earn 2.5% of more hash power. So let's say customer A introduces customer B. Customer B purchases a small mining contract of $35.80. Well, from that contract, the customer gets 2.5% in bonuses. Not much, but hey, if you have, some people have customers, they purchase like 10, 15,000, 20,000 and more in contracts. So of course, that's really, really great. As a customer can upgrade anytime to an affiliate member, and also the customer can purchase gold and silver wholesale price. Now, the affiliate is the person who wants to promote the Swissquote Global products through the marketing efforts. That's what I do. And I have been doing so since 10 years, even before Bitcoin, before we had Bitcoin. Why? Well, because I understood from what I had learned about the fiat currency system. And I understood, gosh, I need to have gold and silver. If I don't have gold or silver, I'm going to be broke all my life. And so I made a conscious decision that I want to own my own business, so that I could be my own boss and that I could own my life. And I started with one of the packages. We have 6 packages now. Back then there was 1 packages you could only join. Now it's 6 different packages. So 6 different packages is basically that, you know, for each person, each individual maybe has different disposals. So 170 up to $5,000. They range, whilst the first 2 packages, so, well, first of all the packages are one time and one time only. And the first 2 packages have a monthly auto ship. So the second month in the business, they pay $50. And this $50, they accumulate more mining or more silver. Of course, we want to encourage people to obviously collect more mining and also more silver. Why? Well, I don't think I have to make the point again why you need to own gold or silver. The gold executive ambassador and platinum packages, they have a membership, an annual membership included and paid for 1 year ahead. So next year, if they want to renew their membership, if they want to renew their affiliate businesses, just like opening a shop. If you open a shop, you have to pay rent, don't you? So next year, if they want to renew it, they just pay again $600, which pays for another year, or $50 monthly. And you see, of course, in the different packages, you have more Bitcoin, mining, gold, or silver in there. Now, there's 9 ways to earn with Swissquote Global, and that is the gold, silver, crypto retail bonus, the bonus when you bring on board new affiliates, your unilevel bonus and Vola bonus, a rank bonus in your, so this is basically a career bonus, a build to bedrock bonus, a leadership bonus when you become an ambassador, a generational bonus, a check match bonus, and a global bonus pool. These are 9 ways to get paid. I'm not going to touch on all of them, just a few. So the very easy one, the simple one is when you're an affiliate and you bring on board a new affiliate, you're going to get on what that new affiliate is purchasing 1% on their gold or silver sales and 5% on what they purchase in hash power. And that reflects in your bonus history in your back office. That's a snapshot. Basically all bonuses accumulated from referring. How great is that? That mines you on a daily basis more money. And the great thing with that is, in comparison to any other company out there, well, that mining keeps paying. remember, these are open-ended contract. It keeps paying, even though some members may quit because people quit, and that's what they do. You're still getting paid. That's really, really great, rewarding business. So the second is the bonus for enrolling new people. So every time you enroll a new person who purchased one of the 6 packages I showed you before, you can receive a bonus starting from $35 up to $500. And that pays one time, and it pays weekly. So one time when you introduce those people. Then we have the bonus, which is called the uni-level bonus and the enroller bonus. So when your people, which you have introduced, pay their monthly auto ship, or could be their annual. But in this example, I have a monthly membership, and let's say you introduce this to 5 people. That's 5 people. You talk to a few people, and 5 people actually did come on board. They see the vision. You help them do exactly the same. Well, you get paid up to 7 levels in our uni level bonus. That's up to 7 levels steep. In your first level, in this exact example, the $50 monthly, so each of these person here have paid $50. Each of them have paid $50, and you would make $37.50. You already cashed in the fast start bonus and all that when you introduce them. Now we're talking about the second month, the $50. Now you're making $37.50. That already pays actually for your monthly authorship. Remember, your monthly is $50. In that $50, 25% goes towards product, which is of course real money, which is Bitcoin mining or silver, which is money. So basically you're covered with 5 people your second month. Now, you exactly help them do the same. So in your second level, that would be your second level now, you're making on top another $225. In your third level, that would be one level down here. If these people would do exactly the same, you're making around $537 on top, of course, the other bonuses. Fourth level, $2,100 up to $244,000 a month. That's not up to, I mean, if you introduce 6 people frontline, they do the same, or 10 people, that's up to you. There's no cap to what you can make. There's also no cap to what you can get paid. There's also no cap to what you can get paid weekly, like in other companies. You can get paid whatever you produce. Whatever you produce with your organization, that's what you can get paid. That is really beautiful. But let's say, okay, well, not everybody is capable to do that. Not everybody. Let's say you can't just introduce 5 people. Maybe you introduce a few less, and they introduce a few less. So let's say just in your 7th level, only 1% is true. Only 1% did what you did, not 100%, only 1%. Well, you still would make $2,400 roughly on a monthly basis. And I can tell you that $2,400 would change many lives. So another bonus, of course, is the rank bonus. And that is a cash bonus in the beginning ranks. So in the really beginning ranks as a team leader, it's a very small position. You're already making some extra dollars in a rank achievement bonus. And then, of course, once you climb higher your career, you make actually lifestyle products. And Swissquote Global didn't opt in for all the other shiny stuff like the things which go away, but they opted in because we are a lifestyle company, we are a wealth creation company. Well, wealth is of course something which lasts over time. So we have lifestyle products like a 24-karat golden portrait, a golden iPad, a golden iPhone, and a golden Rolex instead. That golden Rolex, your grandchildren, or great-grandchildren, they always will be able to sell that and get money for that. So as you see, we have a career up from affiliate up to a platinum ambassador. This is when you get your Rolex watch. And we have a system which I like to work very much. That's a bonus which I really encourage people to, when they get started, that they get started with their business in their first 30 days. They talk to people, they share this presentation, they go out and they introduce 3 people into the business, and there's 3 people, let's say they join with a gold package, and help them do, those 3 people do the same in their first 30 days. So this is a time frame of 60 days, and you're going to make $1,445. That is not bad. Taking in mind, you just have introduced 3 people, and each of those 3 purchased a 797 gold package. You're making a $1,445. I mean, think about it. That's just talking to people. That's not really working hard. So I really like to work with this system. We do have a check match bonus, global bonus pool, and much more, of course. So if you want to build cash flow and be paid to save in gold, silver, and Bitcoin, your next step is to team us, join us, get started, and get all your questions answered. Talk to the person who introduced you to Swissquote Global. Get them your question answered, or message us, follow us, connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and thank you so much for listening to the presentation. Understand this is not a financial advice. There's no guarantee, of course. It depends on your results, depending what you are actually doing. Gold and silver has been money since thousands of years. Bitcoin mining is around now since, of course, 9 years since Bitcoin is around. We have Bitcoin mining, but again, there's no guarantee to your results because I don't know how hard you're gonna work. So if this is for you, then ask yourself the question, do you want to save only in gold or mine cryptocurrency? Are you interested in generating an income? Do you want to generate income from the free member position and earn daily from mining, or do you want to actually get a business package and start earning 9 more ways on top of it? And then what business package are you considering to buy? And then let's help you get set up right, KYC, and get your hash power activated and your gold and silver set up. That would be Dave's next step, which you should consider taking. So with that, I believe we have our founder and CEO on the presentation. Bill, are you there? I'm sorry I talked a little bit long, and we have in 15 minutes our Spanish presentation starting.
Hi, Claudia, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. I can.
Great. Well, it's good to be on the call, and you always cover a lot of great content. So welcome to everyone joining us from different parts of the world. Do we have any questions, Claudia?
I am looking.
Great. Nice to see a bit of a run on the Bitcoin price again. Helps out with the mining payouts, even though the mining payouts are still very good, 30% plus it looks like, but increase in the Bitcoin price, of course, always helps.
Okay, I'm looking for the questions here, and the questions are so far just hellos, which is really great. So we have a hello from Nikos in Greece. I know we wanted to go once the ICO is launched or is in pre-launch, of course, to the beautiful Greek islands. So he is there listening to us. And then we have, of course, Sean, who says hello. And I have no questions actually today, which is amazing. So that's good. It must have been very clear then.
Well, you do cover comprehensively all the different products and things, Claudia. Of course, on the Monday's call, Saturday's call, we give updates regarding where we are. As I mentioned, I think on Saturday's call, because today is Tuesday, so I'm losing track of time, most of our focus now is primarily rebuilding the whole back end. As we see, redoing the KYC process, making it more efficient, and of course, making our whole back end design much more intuitive, because the back end is actually, it's many years old now. Our company's 10 years old, so okay, the back end's not 10 years old, but it's certainly 4 to 5 years. And since then, we've added other modules such as the crypto, and then we've got the ICO coming on later on in the next months as well. So we need to get prepared for that, and this is going to make life a lot easier for our members as well. So that's where our focus is, rebuilding the whole back end. For our members, reprogramming the KYC process to try and get it simplified, but yet still meet the international standards for anti-money laundering, and of course, most importantly, what the banks require. Even though we don't share this information with the banks, but we need to have it there, and if requested, we do have to provide it, but it's rare that they do request it.
Thank you, Bill. Any other updates you have?
No, not really. I'll be back in Dubai. I'm in Germany right now. I'll be back in Dubai on Monday. which is Sunday night and Monday, and that's going to be busy for the regulators as we move forward in different areas. So that's exciting, but it just takes time. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of time. We've already been working on this concept nearly for, I suppose it's 9 months now. And we could have moved ahead with it, but we don't want to do it until we actually have everything aligned correctly, because the market's changed since last year, and we want to make sure that we're fully regulated with this concept, because otherwise companies may have a short life for their idea. We're all about sustainability. If we bring something to the marketplace, we've got to make sure that it's going to be there for the future for our members. That's really important.
That's good. 9 months is like a pregnancy. So, all right. Well, anyways, guys, so thank you so much then for joining us. We don't have any more questions here for our CEO and founder, which is always great to have him on the call. But hey, if there's no more questions, let's go and close off this call. Yeah, there is one question. Yeah, a hint on the name from Sean, rebranding. I don't know if Bill wants to give a hint on the name.
No, it doesn't do. I think it wouldn't do anyone any justice right now. It will be different. It won't have the word gold in there, because the gold is causing us a bit of a problems with the global international banking in one sense. And because we're not just a gold company now, we have to make it more generic and make it easier for people to sort of grasp who we are, because we're going to have more modules coming into our platforms and doing that. But it's true, it is a bit like a pregnancy. It takes 9 months. The idea might take a second and it happens, but the outcome takes many, many months to put together. So that's what we're working on right now.
And another question is, I guess they're kind of rolling in now, Bill. Are there any news on Genesis on getting Bitcoin Cash for Swissquote Global?
Yes, we had a call yesterday regarding that, and also Electronium, is it? That's the payout possibilities. That's going to be coming very soon. In fact, I'll get more of an update on that tomorrow. But yes, Bitcoin Cash was a payout, and also, of course, you probably say it better than me, Claudia, for the alternative for
the altcoin?
Yeah, the altcoin for the alternative for
Dash?
No, I think it's the alternative for I can't think of it now.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Electronium, yeah?
Yes, that's the one. Thank you. So that's coming to the table as well, because I know that that's paying quite well, I believe, and people have been asking for that. So we're going to be bringing this to hopefully it's not too far away actually, but I'll get an update on that tomorrow, and on Saturday's call I'll be able to give an indication. Maybe we even have it by Saturday, which will be nice, but let's just see. I don't like to promise things and then it's not actually there, but it'll just give the ability to be able to pay it out in that. That's what we're saying. We're not mining for, but to be able to get paid out in those particular algos, which is good.
And another question is coming. Will the ICO, can you say something? Will it be considered a security, or does it depend on each country, or what? Can you reveal something?
We'll have one of each actually. I believe we'll have a security token, and we'll also have a utility token.
Wonderful. All right. Okay, well, that's it then, Bill. Thank you so much. I don't see any more questions coming. Thank you all your listeners, of course, to listen to this presentation. We're starting in 10 minutes and 12 minutes from now. Yes, we do a Spanish presentation in 12 minutes from now. So all you guys who I posted it on Facebook, it is so in all the channels actually, we have it displayed there. We have in 12 minutes a official Spanish presentation, which is hosted by Paul and by myself, and we have tomorrow a African presentation, which is hosted by Tomiva. That is a Google Hangout. It's also posted in the Facebook group in Swissquote Global. That's around 4 o'clock UK time. And I believe Kidi in Australia, he's preparing for the Australian tour. So he posted it as well. He has a Wednesday Bitcoin briefing over there in Brisbane. So really plug in, get yourself plugged in, and your clients and your people, and share the mission and the vision with Swissquote Global. Thank you so much, and thank you, Bill.
Yeah, thank you, Claudia. It is so important to get plugged in because mining is scarce. So having mining, especially at the maintenance fees that we actually have, I mean, whether anyone's really selling it. So to be able to have access to it right now, and we don't know what the availability is going to be in the future, even though we're actually merging to have our own mine in conjunction with Genesis Mining. But this is a long-term project, takes time. But anyway, I know you've got to go to a Spanish webcast, Claudia. Have a great call to all the people in the beautiful Latin American community all around the world, actually, and we'll speak soon. Bye-bye.